Hello again, it's Jaymes Willoughby bringing you back what's happening in Austin real estate. Every week we look at what happened the week before in terms of pendings, new inventory, and the absorption rate, and find out what direction our market is going. Got some interesting news. This week, the Board of Realtors finally put out their official numbers for November. Our median sales price is gone up. Actually went up about $5,000. Second month in a row that's happened. So we're excited about that. In fact, it went up 2.4%. So we're now right at 435,000. And pending sales for November year over year were up by nearly 17%. So it's a good leading indicator that the market has more confidence. Buyers are out there despite the higher inventory. And well, let's jump right into inventory and talk about that. So we were talking the last couple of weeks how it's trailing downward. The last maybe 3 weeks, it hasn't tapered off quite as much as I thought it would. However, we're going to see a lot of expired listings, probably already have this last week, but we usually look at it on a monthly basis. We're going to see a lot of expired listings at the end of December. We'll do a market reset. I don't think we'll be down to the 8,500 listings that I thought we'd be at. We're currently at 9,524. So I don't think we'll lose 1,000 listings. But, going into the first week of January, not everybody's like, well, let's put it on in January 1st or 2nd. They're probably thinking, let's get on in February or March. So I expect fewer new listings in the beginning of the year, and with inventory continuing to sell at about the same clip, which is good. It's moderately good based on what we think it would be normally, because we've consistently sold just around 700 homes or gone pending 700 homes each week. So let's look at absorption rate. Now, remember, we say absorption rate is the general health of the market in a quick snapshot. Went up slightly last week, but, we're hovering right at 15 weeks of total inventory, meaning that if everything sold at the current clip, we would get rid of all of our homes within that time period. So that's interesting. We'll expect to see that to drop significantly in the spring. Will be high tide as far as home sales versus number of listings on the market. So, and then going into interest rates. Now, interest rates last week, they didn't cooperate like they'd had the last couple of weeks. They did bounce up a little bit. We went from 6.6% average rate to 6.72. Still a good rate. People are still buying. When I talk to some of the gurus, they're thinking that, inflation's not going to come down as fast as they want it to. So they're still hedging and keeping rates higher a little bit longer than they expected. In fact, I think the Fed said they would only have 2 rate decreases next year instead of 4. But it's still, the trend is still downward. So that's the good news. So, until next week, you have an amazing holiday and with your family and friends. And we will have one more installment by the end of the year. Remember, our time frame is we measure everything at the end of the day on Sundays. So we have one more Sunday left. So we'll see what happens in terms of sales this week. I'm betting that they're not going to be that great. But seasonally, that's always the case. And we'll see what happens. The next 2 weeks are going to be kind of tough for the number of transactions, but let's just see what happens. All right. Until then, have a good one. Happy holidays.